Hi everyone and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel. News coming thick and fast from the club, but unfortunately not necessarily the news that we want to hear. Again, Newcastle United are faced with massive frustration in the transfer market at the moment, and we'll go into that in more detail very, very shortly. But first, we start with Big Joe. He's been to court this morning. It's in the press now. Everybody knows that he's been fined just over £31,000 and banned from driving for 12 months following his drink driving arrest the other week. That has been reduced to 9 months on completion of a drink driving course. Joelinton said that he had 2 glasses of wine. Obviously, there were decent-sized glasses of wine, and he measured at 43, and of course, the limit's 35. So, you know, he wasn't massively over the limit, but he still drove a car under the influence. So, unfortunately for Joe, it's a big driving ban and a hefty fine as well of just over £31,000. But now that's out the way and he can get back to the football, concentrate on what he's certainly doing best for Newcastle United this season, and that's playing football and playing football bloody well. Now, into the frustrations of the transfer market, I'm afraid, this morning. That is certainly what the news is coming out of Newcastle United and in the media. It's Anthony Gordon's situation is just seems to be getting a bit more ridiculous as the days go by. Now, apparently he is due back in training this morning, following him. Well, he was missing for 2 days. This was really hyping up the media and thinking, right, that this is the Newcastle deal. It's taking place now. He's missing training because he's negotiating or his agent's negotiating, and this is going to happen very, very soon. Not anymore. He's back in training today. Now, it is believed that Everton incredibly wants £60 million for Anthony Gordon. This is the reports that are coming out in various sources of the media this morning. So it's not just one source saying that Everton are actually looking for that amount of money. It's multiple. And I find it absolutely staggering that Everton could ask for £60 million for Anthony Gordon. I mean, at the minute, Newcastle will not be held to ransom because they find that valuation of Anthony Gordon utterly ludicrous. And I have to say, they're not wrong. Yes, he had a great breakout season last year for Everton, but this season he's found himself out of the team or not playing very well. Now, make of that what you will with what's going on at Everton Football Club at the minute. That is understandable. However, £60 million is absolutely mental. Now, we can go and get another player for that amount of money, or a lot less than that, in my opinion, because, like I say, I think that's absolutely ridiculous, £60 million. Now, whether they can work something out with Everton, I don't know, because Everton at the moment are digging their heels in and they're refusing to budge on that amount. So at the minute, it's a stalemate. And, of course, time is running out. It's Thursday now. There's only 4 days left of the transfer window after today. Or 5 days, whatever it may be. But it's running out, and it's running out rapidly. So make of that what you will. Let me know in the comments below, because I know a lot of you responded yesterday to whether we wanted Anthony Gordon or not. But do you want him if we have to pay £60 million? However, that doesn't look like that's the case, because Newcastle United, they're just not interested in that at all. They're not even negotiating at that kind of price. So at the minute, there's a huge gap between the two clubs of whether Anthony Gordon is going to sign for Newcastle United or not. But time will tell. But on the same subject, Newcastle have been reported that if things break down for Anthony Gordon, they will go back in for Leeds United, Jack Harrison. Now, Harrison, of course, was led to believe that Newcastle put a couple of offers in the summer for Jack Harrison, and they are still interested in the player because of his versatility. Now, his versatility means he can play on the left or right, which would be pretty good for Newcastle United. But is he the man that would excite you? With the money that we seem to have at the club, surely we can get a big name in. But it's looking very, very frustrating right now. But Eddie Howe is a fan. He's a big fan of Jack Harrison. So, again, we have to put our trust in the manager that he is going to bring the right players in. And, the door hasn't closed completely on going back in for Jack Harrison if, indeed, everything with Anthony Gordon completely fails. Now, reports from Italy, and I said this yesterday on the video yesterday. Take that with a pinch of salt when I say reports from Italy, because so far all the reports that have come from Italy have been absolutely nonsense. However, they claim that Denzel Dumfries' agent, the Dutch international, is in England right now talking to potential clubs. Now, those clubs are led to believe to be Chelsea, Manchester United, and Newcastle United. So that's come out of the blue this morning. That I don't think he was on our radar, to be honest. However, Denzel Dumfries is a very, very good player, very quick player. Of course, played in the World Cup for Holland, and it's an interesting one. But again, it's a wide man that we're looking at. Are you concerned that we're not looking at midfielders? Centre midfielders, because that seems to be where our problems lie. If we get a couple of injuries, we are really up the spout. So, let me know. Is Denzel Dumfries somebody you'd have? I mean, I think he'd be wonderful, but are we looking in the wrong areas of the pitch at the moment as to where we're signing players? Because I genuinely believe that we should be looking at a centre midfielder at the minute, but there's nobody really in any reports this morning stating that we're interested in the centre midfielder. Tielemans has gone quiet again. Maddison, very, very quiet. The only thing that we may be looking at again is going back in for Harrison Ashby, of course, at West Ham, the young right back. But he's one for the future. And certainly at the minute, I think we need one for the now. I'm not panicking by any stretch of the imagination. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Newcastle, all the discussions that are taking place, etc. So I'm not really sort of flapping me wings or anything like that about it and panicking just yet. I think Newcastle will make a couple of signings, but it's who and certainly what impact they would have on the squad we have at the moment. Now, the Denzel Dumfries situation is interesting because they'd want around 40-50 million, which is a lot less than what Everton are asking for Anthony Gordon, which is absolutely staggering. Anyway, more bad news, I'm afraid. Flamengo vice president has come out and issued a hands-off warning to Newcastle United. Of course, they were interested in Matheus Franca, with the vice president saying that he's not for sale at any price. They don't want to sell him at the moment, and it's a simple no-go. Now, Franca was heavily linked with Newcastle United throughout this window. Alex has covered him in a transfer show, of course, but unfortunately, again, it looks like the door has been slammed shut in our faces, and frustration grows as we keep seeing reports pop up saying rejected, rejected, rejected. Now, that's not to say that anything is fully confirmed here. These are multiple media sources that I'm just reporting on this morning. I don't know what's right, what's wrong, what's true, what's false. If I'm openly honest, I just bring you the news that I'm seeing, which I think is, the interesting stories. Now, obviously, Franca is somebody that Newcastle United really do want. The club have even confirmed that, I think, down the line. But the vice president of Flamengo said no, he's not for sale at any price, and go look elsewhere, guys, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. And finally, Hull City's chairman has claimed that Karl Darlo will be signing for them in this window on a loan deal until the end of the season. Now, what he says is that the paperwork is actually all completed and done, but the announcement may take a few days to come out. Now, I don't understand that. I don't know why they would wait to announce it, or whether they're waiting for any sort of paperwork clearance and things like that, or Newcastle United don't want it announced until a certain time. Who knows? Got no idea. I don't even know why Darlo was on the bench against Southampton on Tuesday night. I thought Karius would have been there as the substitute goalie. But it seems like Eddie Howe's not 100% clear about what he wants to do with Karl Darlo. Because if that was the case, surely he would have gone now. But hey-ho, I mean, as I said there, Hull City claimed that he's going to be signing, and that should be announced in the next few days. But that's the news this morning, guys. Unfortunately, I can't bring you any better news on transfers at the moment. Of course, if anything develops, we'll bring it to you right here on the Toon Review YouTube channel and across our social media platforms. So keep an eye out for that. We don't have a show tonight. We're having a night off at the moment. But if anything really big happens, then obviously we will go live and bring all that news to you. Look, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Anthony Gordon's situation? A lot of Newcastle fans, for me, started to sort of warm to the idea of signing him, but now Everton wants £60 million. I mean, that's just mental, absolutely mental. But let me know what you think of Jack Harrison at Leeds as well. Do you think he would excite you as a player? I'm very interested to find out what you think, if we're not going to go for Gordon, whether Jack Harrison is a replacement that you guys would accept. And of course, Joelinton, it's all over for him now regarding the court case, and he can focus on what he does best for Newcastle United. But thank you very much for watching the video, guys. As usual, if you have enjoyed it, please do smash that like button for us. It really does help promote the channel. And of course, if you're new, please do subscribe. Come and be part of the brilliant Toon Review community that we have here. As you can see there, we're very, very close to 17,000 now, rapidly approaching, which will be another milestone hit by the channel. So hit the subscribe button, free to do so, and also the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live, we upload, or we schedule a show. And finally, just before I go, I did put a tweet out on the Facebook group this morning that tomorrow night on TTR Friday, we are giving away an adult and a junior ticket to the semi-final second leg on Tuesday. Thanks to a fantastic supporter, we were able to do this. So please do tune in if you're wanting to go. We can't change the adult ticket to a junior ticket to an adult and vice versa. It is an adult and junior, so you will have to take your son, your daughter, nephew, niece, whoever it may be, up in level 7, but it'll be one of those occasions that you just don't want to miss, and you have a chance of winning an adult and a junior ticket right here on the Toon Review tomorrow night on the TTR Friday show. But in the meantime, guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.